Greetings, my little GGs. 22nd of September, very important day. It's National Hobbit Day, and the reason it's National Hobbit Day is because it is Bilbo's and Frodo's birthday. The 6 days away, isn't it? But anyway, so in celebration of Hobbit Day, we're going to do some themed Hobbit related or Lord of the Rings related dishes. And our first one is that classic Elvish dish, Lembas Bread. So we're going to recreate as best we can, because obviously the elves keep it secret, Lembas bread. My oven's preheated to just under 220 Celsius centigrade. I've got a baking sheet here with some baking paper on it, and then what we're going to do is we can pair some lavender sugar. So for that I've got 2 teaspoons of lavender buds, okay, and then I've got some caster sugar. How much caster sugar I've got? 67 grams of caster sugar. Be careful, it originates all in cups, this recipe I'm using, and I converted it to grams last minute. Now, you don't want to turn this into iced sugar or powdered sugar, so we're just going to give it a gentle blitz just to break down them lavender buds a bit, release a few of them flavours and get it all mixed in with the sugar. Believe me, with that blender, that had about 10 seconds, and that's pretty much pulverised that sugar, but it's also pulverised all that lavender. So, just going to set this to one side. We're also going to set this sugar to one side. We'll be using that shortly. So now we're going to prepare the main dough, if you like. So I've got 113 grams of unsalted butter. I'm just going to put that, actually, I'm going to leave that one there for a minute. And helpful, go in there, you butter. Go off and you take your fingers off. This is a little bit hard, so I'm just going to soften this up a little bit, and then we're going to be adding in some plain flour, all-purpose flour if you're American, plain flour. 188 grams of that. We've got some baking powder, teaspoon, and then later, after we added in the sugar and that, we've got some ground cinnamon, teaspoon of that. We've got 60 mils of double cream, heavy cream if you're American. Oh, and some salt. Okay, but let me just cream that butter up a little bit, just to get it a bit softer. So I'm going to take the salt, in this case pink Himalayan salt. Actually no, it's straight from the shower. 1/4 teaspoon baking powder, and that flour. Just sifting it, just to get some air in and also get any lumps out, but not that I think there is any. And now we're just going to mix all this together. In goes that ground cinnamon. If you've got vanilla sugar, add a teaspoon of that. I'm just going to add a little bit of vanilla, and then we're going to put that lavender sugar that we made into there. And now we just want to try and mix this together without it going everywhere. So now in goes that double cream, heavy cream, which is a bit ironic really, because Lembas bread nice and light. And now we're going to mix this into a dough. I'll see how we get on with the mixer. Might do it by hand. So I've lightly floured this surface, and we're going to roll this out. Got no room here. I've sort of prepping for something else. Hobbit wise as it happens. It's very, very soft. I'm not sure how easy this is going to be to transfer this. Essentially we're going to make, although I might make them slightly different in size, she calls for making these into 4 Lembas breads. She says about finger thick. I think I've made that a little bit more than that. A bit less than that, sorry. What we want to do is cut it into 4 squares, if you like, or you can even do rectangles if you prefer, but we're then going to score them so each piece effectively gives you 4 breads. So just going to, oops, cut these out. Like I say, I think there might be a bit of re-rolling going on here. It's very, very sticky. I think we might need the dough scraper to get this off of here. Look a little bit messy, I know, but they are meant to be rustic. Now, rather than use my knife, because that's a bit sharp and this is very soft, what I'm going to do is just use my dough cutter and lightly press. I don't know how well you can see that, it's the top one. We don't want to cut through. We're effectively scoring it into 4 triangles. And then these are going to be ready. Wait, that one I might cut through, but it don't really matter, only part of it. This is then ready to go into the oven, where we're going to bake it, like I say, at just under 220. Now, I've made this quite a bit thinner, thinner than she did. She's saying about 10 to 15, or 12 to 15 minutes, but I'm going to keep my eye on it. When they're just starting to go light brown, even though they're light colour already, we'll take them out and we want to then let them cool completely for 30 minutes. But anyway, let's see how the cooking goes. And we're starting to wrap it. I haven't actually tasted it yet. I'm waiting for you guys. Wrapped in special, hand-picked by Galadriel herself, the lawn leaves. Can't get them. Use like banana leaves or bamboo leaves or whatever. Just maybe don't eat them. Although you don't eat them anyway, do you? You just eat the lembas bread yourself. So we've got some little parcels there already. Got one I'm just about to wrap up. But before we do that, let's have a little taster. So it is very crumbly. He said that one being a bit more of an effort. So let's have a little taste. Sweetness to it, not overly so. It's a little bit like shortbread, but I would say drier, not as sweet, and well, to be honest, I said to the wife, she said, oh, they smell nice when they're in the oven. I said, what do they smell of? Ginger. I said, no ginger in there. I said, have another go. I can't remember what else she said. But she did, I told her there was cinnamon in it. I didn't tell her about the other magic ingredient, the lavender. I don't think you get much flavour of lavender. Perhaps you do, perhaps you don't. Probably it's more the aroma, but I can't do that, can I? But nice little biscuit. It's very crumbly, so you've got to be careful with little packages, look after them well when you're on your journey, otherwise you'll be eating them out for the crumbs. But there you go. Elvish Lembas Bread. Keep them going for the next 24 hours, that mouthful, at least.